Hi, fam. Those of you who are up to date on Critical Role and really sad that they're not going to be doing one this week and there's a huge cliffhanger, we can talk about the last episode. Frumpkin, I have feelings. This is going to be very rambly even though I have notes because there was a lot and it was just me flailing mostly for like the entire episode. 1. Liam's description of the mansion felt like both a gift to the artist community. Here, have this whole world to draw, and was so vivid and detailed. And he said he spent a year working on it, which was so, it just felt so thoughtful. And it also felt like Caleb's gift to his friends in game, that they have done so much to protect him and help him grow as a person. And he maybe almost doesn't hate himself and maybe almost thinks that he deserves friends and was like, here, have this thing. So yeah, I could have done a whole session. It was like an hour or so of him describing stuff. I could have done a whole session of just that. That was amazing. Next, I loved seeing Puma again and the gentleman. I could watch another whole episode of just Jester bonding with her dad. I wanted so much more of all of it. And Marisha, towards the end, like, she was literally the meme with the corkboard, with the yarn and everything. She just, her note taking is insanely good, and the fact that she was able to piece all that together, and it fits her character because expositor, she's supposed to be like good at this stuff, and it felt like a really big moment for Bo to like piece all this stuff together. And I, again, like, she's spent a long time on it, and yet it didn't feel like long enough. Like, I was just like trying to keep up with where she was going. I almost feel like I have to rewatch, and I usually do. I usually listen to the podcast right before the next episode. Like that morning, I'll listen to the podcast from the episode before. And when they skip a week, I also skip a week on the podcast. So I'm gonna wait until next week to. It's like a refresher for me, and also like I'm multitasking. Maybe I missed something, and I'm really looking forward to all of it, just reliving all of it again. And finally, that ending. Um, I I loved Molly. I had a I had a hard time connecting to the Mighty Nine in general. I got there eventually, and I love them all now. But like, campaign one was my preference. Just the high fantasy thing's more my jam, and not that I'm not enjoying this, but Molly we didn't get a lot of time with, and there are people that even in that short amount of time were like in love and mourned for him, and I did too. I mean I cried. I cried watching the Mighty Nine mourn for their friend. But I also was okay with his passing. It felt like it had a purpose. It felt like it gave them direction, and then coupled with Caduceus getting added to the party, felt like a better fit. And it lets Jester be Jester because he does all the healing, and she gets to be Battle Cleric, which is what Laura really wants to be doing, you can tell. So I'm not one of those people that was like, oh my god, I hope they, when they get this level spell, they bring Molly back. But I also kind of figured even if they tried, it wouldn't work. And so the twist that it was like, oh, he's already out there somewhere, but we don't know what he knows or what he remembers. My theory is it's not Molly. I mean, it is. Like, physically, it's the body, but he woke up with no memory again. And Cree filled in whatever blanks. And they went off to continue whatever quest they were on when Lucin died. Either that or somehow he has the Lucian memories. Which, I mean, you can make an explanation for it because magic. I'm sorry, guys. You were getting Frumpkin's butt that whole time. I just was like, Frumpkin. But yeah, I think he doesn't remember, and Kuri filled in blanks. And they're not necessarily going to be happy when they catch up to their friend who doesn't remember them. There are other people that theorize that Molly is the big bad for the campaign. I don't know that Matt would go that far on it, but I definitely think that we're not getting Molly back in the party. That whoever this version is an NPC that Nat gets to control. And I think it's really great that the players and him have so much trust in each other that they consistently let him make decisions like that. Like with Yasha, when she got mind controlled, which story-wise, we needed a reason for Ashley to go away for a long period of time to go film Blind Spot. But the fact that she trusted Matt to basically let Yasha be an NPC for a while and fight her friends and hopefully come back to them, that was a great bit of storytelling for me, and I love that they were able to do that. Not every party is gonna be able to do that, and definitely if you're a DM, ask your players before you take over their bodies and minds, because that's a lot. But yeah, anyway, this is me rambling, and I'm gonna try and rein it in. Super stoked. Every episode since the hiatus has gotten me more and more into this campaign, and I'm like super looking forward to seeing where they go next and the confrontation with their old friend when they catch up to him, which might take a while because he had a bit of a head start. Anyway, you can find me on Twitter. I will put the thing in the description if you want to talk more Critical Role, or you can put it in the comments. And don't forget to love each other. And is it Thursday yet?